The life of this world is temporary, and when it will go out, Allah knows best. The only thing in your grave that will help you is the deeds and what you donate in sadaqah, inshallah, in this world. So help support the Masjid project in Norway, and let us help them build a Dawah center that will give Dawah in the native language and inshallah help many. The link is in the description below, brothers and sisters. Do what you can and let us help raise what we can. Keep watching this video to the end for a little surprise. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Attributes of his are something that he exerts when he wants, where he wants, basically.
Now, my question for you is, was that creator or entity, let's call it entity, all those attributes fits in into that entity? What do you think it is?
Those are all his attributes, yes. So Allah has 99 names, and these are the 99 attributes of Allah. We don't say it's limited to 99. I mean, Allah has revealed to us 99 attributes.
Let's forget about the names. Let's say the attributes.
But these attributes are the names. Allah says in the Quran, Asma'ul Husna. So he actually says these are his names.
Let's say what attributes you know about the God. He's one.
Yeah, he's a creator.
He's a creator, he's one.
He's merciful, he's kind, he's loving, he's just. Yes, he's all seeing, all hearing. Yes, he's powerful.
Omnipresent.
He's like I said, he transcends time and space. So when you talk about when you talk about omnipresence, I know what you're trying to what your understanding is. So when I say, for example, before anything existed, where was Allah?
Yeah.
Allah is where His Majesty befits, you know.
Okay.
So we say He transcends space and time. It is not up to us to know how this is. This is the nature, the attribute of Allah. That this is something that He knows. He's a Khaliq. He can create from nothing. He always has to say kun fayakun and is created. So these things are something that is that's basically the attributes and the names of Allah, which is called Asma wa Sifat. And these things are with Allah, you know, they are with Him all the time.
Another question for you.
Yeah.
Do you think, can you sense, I could say sense, God, or can you see God, or can you...
We can't see God.
No. Let me finish the idea.
Well, not here at least.
Let's see not with our eyes. I mean the sense. I think this is the right. The sense God without, let's say if you remove the creation. If you remove the creation, can you just try to imagine that, yeah? This is our imagination.
Yeah.
If you remove all His creation, can you understand or sense God?
If you remove all creation, then you remove myself as well.
Yes, of course. But
so,
I say, just try to use your imagination.
I don't quite understand.
It's just imagination.
Okay, so what is your hypothetical question? That if there was no creation...
No, can be God sense. I'm just so good, but sense. You see, this is the. Can you feel it? Can you sense it? Can you not see it with your heart, but can you sense it? Let's say that way.
Can I sense Allah? Is that what your question is?
Outside of His creation.
If
you remove the creation,
I can't imagine outside the creation, can I?
No, I'm asking you.
I can't. Can you imagine outside the creation?
Outside the creation.
Yeah. How can you imagine?
No, I can't.
It is something your human mind cannot grasp. So no one can imagine outside the creation. You see what I mean? Because then you will cease to exist.
Because you see now, when I spoke to Mansur, he said God doesn't dwell into His creation. It's something outside. He created, and He just put into the creation everything what need for His existence. And God is dwelling outside somewhere else. It's not.
You know, I've already answered your question 3 times now.
Yeah.
God transcends space and time. So space and time is not limited to that.
Yeah.
For example, you know, before the whole creation existed, where was Allah?
Yeah.
You see, this where doesn't apply. Because for that you need space and time. And space and time themselves are creations of Allah. So before this creation, where was He? This question is meaningless.
Yeah, but we accept that God existed before.
Of course He did, and that's why I'm telling you.
But
He transcends.
You cannot comprehend our mind.
We can't comprehend. I agree.
Yeah.
You're not required.
And then we need creation to understand God.
My friend, you're not required to comprehend things you cannot comprehend.
But do you agree that we need creation to understand God?
You need creation to understand God. You need the message of Allah to understand God.
How come with the message?
So for example, if somebody was living in the Amazon forest, yes, do you think they come to a conclusion that God exists?
No.
Possibly, why not? They can come to a conclusion that there is a higher power up there which brings the day and the night, which basically helps the plant, the growth of the plants. Yes.
Yeah.
Which is the sky and the cosmos and the stars. Yes, all these are basically something from a higher power. So they can come to a conclusion that God exists. You see what I mean? But for them to understand what is God, how is He, what are His characteristics, what defines Him.
Maybe they don't care about it.
Exactly. So maybe they don't care. But in order for us to understand explicitly, only God can inform us of this information and this knowledge. And that's how we know about Him for certain. Otherwise, we can speculate till the cows come home. You know what I mean? You can keep speculating. Like the Greeks, they used to imagine that gods, there were many gods. They used to fight with each other. There was one powerful god, one semi-god, demigod. You see what I mean?
For example, let's look to animals, to the other creatures. Animals, birds. Yeah, they have their own life. They follow their own life. If it's a bird, behave as a bird. If it's a dog, behave as a dog. Who put, let's say that instinct into that animal, specifically instinct, to behave in that way? Because a dog always behave as a dog, not as a bird or as a man. But instead, we people, we human beings, we behave as everything. As a dog, as an animal.
That's because the animals, okay, they
have an instinct.
Yeah, they live their life based on instinct and based on maybe some.
And what makes the difference between us and animals?
Because we are able to have intellect. We have intellect, which is above just instinct. So we don't live our life. Listen. I'm telling you, we don't live our life just to survive. Yes.
Yeah.
That if I'm strong, I can go and kill someone and take their stuff or something like that. We have intellect, and we are able to use this to believe.
Who gave us?
Wait. I'm coming to that. Everything. The instinct in the animals and the intellect in the human beings was all given by God. So all this creation of God, yes, He's the one who designed and fashioned all of this. Yes. So whether it is the characteristics of sentient beings like us, animals and so on, or inanimate objects like the stars and the moons and the planets, even they have characteristics. Yes. Like for example, the planets, they revolve. They rotate and they revolve on their axis and in their orbits. So these things, all these characteristics, just because a duck can fly and you cannot fly, the duck is better than you? No. So this doesn't mean that Allah.
The bird was made to be a bird.
This doesn't mean that Allah is a dictator in the sense that He did not give you the ability to fly and gave an animal the ability to fly. Doesn't mean that Allah is a dictator. It just means that Allah chose you to be a human being who is able to use a bag and store his stuff, has a home, has a roof over his head. You don't have to live in the trees or live in the ground. Yes, you're able to have a civilization. You're able to go home and read a book. You're able to increase your intellect and knowledge, unlike an animal. Okay, so wait. You should consider yourself fortunate to be a human being, yes, who has the ability to do all these things.
Is my married or you're married to have this, let's say, gift?
Sorry, are you what?
No.
Married?
No, is our married. We deserve. Is our how you say?
You deserve to be a human being or not?
No.
No, that's my question
All
to you.
this ability, because you're talking about.
Let me ask you this question: Are you thankful that you're a human being and not an earthworm?
Tree.
Or anything else?
Animal.
Do you consider yourself fortunate?
I have to be happy with what I am. If I should be a dog, I should be happy with being a good dog.
So you see, you should be content with what you are.
Yes.
Yes?
Should be. Yeah.
But I still don't know how you reach the conclusion God is a dictator.
It is a dictator.
God is a creator. How did you say dictator? Dictator means God did not give you a free will. Did He give you a free will?
A favor?
A free will.
A favor, what does it mean? I don't know what that
Free will means you're able to carry a bottle in your hand when you want.
Yeah.
Yes? Yeah. Or you're able to come to Speaker's Corner when you want.
You try to say I can have my
your way?
Own choice.
No, you can have your way.
Yeah,
for example, you have the freedom to either accept God or reject God. Yes? Even though that might not please Allah, yes? That is the free will which He has given you. If He was a dictator, do you think He would have given you that ability? He would have made us all robots. Like the angels. You know, the angels don't have free will. If Allah tells the angels to prostrate to Him, yes, until Allah tells him to raise his head up again, yes, they will keep prostrating. They don't have a free will like the way we do. So you see, Do you still believe God is a dictator after giving you a free will?
Yeah.
How?
Yeah, let me explain.
Yeah,
why.
please do.
Okay. Once God will create anything, yeah, He create planets, the universe, all the planets. You know roughly how the universe works. The planets spinning around us, the stars form the planetary system, galaxy, and all those things. It's no point to go into details. Yeah, that means because all this creation does exactly these things because.
Why are you comparing inanimate objects to animate objects?
No, let me. I will get that.
What do you mean you say that?
Because God dictate to His creation exactly how to behave.
My friend, you do not compare an inanimate object to an animate object. It's basically a false equivalence here. What you're doing is that unnecessarily you're looking at the planets and the earth. Like I said, the angels are a creation of Allah, just like the planets are. Yes? Both of them don't have free will. They do as they have been instructed. So for example, if you create a robot and you program the robot the way you want the robot to function, would people call you a dictator?
No, you didn't get me.
So what? No, I did get you. I did get you. You're trying to say that they don't have the ability to do or act in a way they want without Allah commanding them to do, which is exactly the scenario with the robot. If you wanted to design a robot, for example, a vacuum cleaner, yes? A self-cleaning vacuum cleaner. Its job is only to clean the carpet. So if it goes anywhere outside the carpet, it stops. This is the way you program that vacuum cleaner.
Computer
yes?
skills.
Now, would people call you an inventor, a creator, or a dictator?
Let me complete you. Let's say make a camera. Let's make a car. Be a car.
No, answer my question based on the scenario I gave you.
Let me finish the idea. You're a car maker or a camcorder, yeah? You make it work in, how you say it, in your way.
Yeah.
You put your wish into that thing, into creation, yeah?
Are you a creator or dictator?
Let me finish.
Okay.
It works. You make it works. But how much is your merit in what you do? For example, those electronics works. You got your power to dictate, say to those electronics how to work, or they work because somebody else dictates, tell them exactly what
It's
to
called
work.
program, not dictate. So when you program your camera or your whatever equipment it is, the question to you is this, very simple question. Would they call you an inventor, a creator, or a dictator?
Yeah, but you can compare.
Are you going to answer my question? This is the third time I'm asking you. Would anyone call you a dictator?
Yeah, no.
Thank you.
No.
So do not call Allah a dictator.
Yeah,
When He wait a minute. When He has programmed you and me and the animals and the planets to behave the way He wants. But He gave us something additional. Remember, wait. He gave us something additional called the free will. The free will. So even though you disobey Allah, yes, Allah is not going to strike down right now. But if He wanted, He could have. But He, with His mercy and His love and His kindness, if He was doing that, all of this creation, all the human beings would be dead. Because we all err and we all make mistakes and we all sin. So if Allah is a dictator, then He would have just struck us to death whenever He wanted. As soon as we commit a sin, He would have. But because of His mercy and His love and His kindness and His justice, He gives us the opportunity until we human beings breathe our last. So whether you are the worst of the dictators in this world, you're the worst of the criminals or terrorists in this world, Allah will still give you sustenance in this world. You will still breathe air. You will still drink water. You will still eat food. He will not stop you from that unless you wanted to. But most of the time, this kindness it gets ignored. And what they do is they see like, oh, why are these people suffering? Why are these babies dying? Why is this? They forget about all the good fortune they had. Yes? Because you see, if you're going to blame God for all the bad things that happen, then at least be consistent and give credit to God for all the good things that happen in your life. But many people, they are somehow understanding God is a dictator because He created you in a certain way and the ducks and the animals and the planets in a certain way. How is it possibly conceivable to anyone to understand that He's a dictator when you have got the free will to even reject Allah as a God? How is He a dictator?
This is what I have to point out. There's a difference between us as the human beings and the rest of the creation.
So don't compare things which are inanimate with animate, because obviously the inanimate objects do not have a say like the way we do.
We have to make a difference.
I am making a difference.
You know that talk, you say free like a bird. Yeah, you know, it's a talk. Free like a bird.
Free like a bird, yeah.
Do you feel free today?
I feel free in the sense what? In which
To be
sense?
free, to do
Yeah,
whatever you
I'm not
want.
in a prison. Of course I feel free.
Yeah,
I can drink water when I want. I can eat food when I want.
Yeah.
Alhamdulillah, we say to that. Thanks God to Allah. How am I not free? Do you not feel free?
No.
Okay, why don't you feel free? Maybe that is what we need to get to the bottom of.
Because I cannot do whatever I want.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay, what is it you can't do?
For example,
Give me one thing that you would want to do that you cannot do.
I want to pass the border to go in France, but without
Sorry, you want to go what?
to get out from the country, to pass the border.
Yeah.
But without someone to check my documents. I want to be
So who
free.
stopped you? God or the border?
No.
Who stopped you? God or the border agent?
No, I was talking about the freedom, not the.
No, but whom are you blaming? You're blaming God for what?
No. You didn't
Okay.
get it.
Who stopped you at the border? Allah?
No.
Then who? Then who stopped you?
You didn't get the idea. I said, I ask you, you feel free? You say yes. And then I'm asking you again another question. Can you do whatever you want here?
No, I cannot go. Look, I cannot do
That
whatever.
means you're not free.
Can I finish? Okay? I cannot do whatever I want. For example, if the law of the Quran and of the country is not to kill, then I cannot do
No,
that.
let's forget about don't go too far.
So what are you talking about? Give an example that I cannot do.
Who is stopping you to do whatever you want?
My ability?
To have your own
My
choice.
ability?
To have your
Yeah, my
choice.
ability.
To have your choice.
My ability. For example, if you wanted to be a doctor right now, can you be a doctor? Can you? No, you can't.
no.
Because that kind of question is illogical. But the thing is, you as a human being, yes, you have 2 arms, 2 legs, alhamdulillah, lovely features as a man. Are you lacking in any way as a human being?
I would say maybe yes, yeah.
So as far as a human being's abilities are concerned, is there anything lacking in you? Allah has given you intellect?
I don't believe in luck.
Lack?
Luck. You say you ask me. if I'm
Not luck,
lucky.
no, I didn't say luck. Lacking means anything short or basically not. You know what a human being can do, right? Or cannot do.
Yeah.
Yes? So based on that limitation as a human being, yes, is there anything that you're restricted as a human being to do other than your inability to do something? For example, if you wanted to fly, which you know a human is not one of the characteristics of a human being, yes, unless you sit in a plane or something like that. But you as a human being, look, you as a human being are able to do, yes, what you are capable of doing. No one is going to stop you unless you're trying to do something that is illegal. Obviously, they'll force you not to do that. For example, if somebody tries to cross the border illegally, they will stop you. Yes? But if you try to gain entry illegally, then they won't stop you. So that is not something that is hindering your progress as a human being. It is just the law that is restricting you from doing what you want, but not Allah in the sense. Are you with me? So I still want to know on what basis you're calling Allah a dictator. I don't understand. Allah has created you as a human being with the features of a man, yes, and you with the intellect that He has given you are able to do what other human beings can do. Is that right?
Not necessarily.
Really?
Yeah.
Give me an example then. Come on, so I can understand. As a human being, what is it you can't do?
How you say? If I want to become a doctor, maybe I could. I don't have the ability to become a doctor.
No. Everyone's got the ability. Whether you want to be a doctor, whether you want to work hard to be a doctor, yes, that is up to you. Everyone,
If this doesn't help me,
my friend, everyone has got a brain. Don't tell me that.
yes, but it's
I'm talking about people who have got a brain and who are able to use it. Yes, then the limit is up to you what you can do with it.
we have limits. Even if you have a brain, we are not the same.
Okay, have you tried being a doctor?
No.
How can you say I can't be a doctor then?
I never tried. Okay, I'm sure
I don't understand.
It's not in my ability.
How can you say when you haven't even tried? Yeah, you haven't even tried, have you?
I never tried because I don't.
It is like someone says, I cannot swim, but he hasn't even stepped into the swimming pool. Yes? You're that kind of person. What you have done is you have created your own limitation and then calling Allah a dictator. Unfortunately, that is the case. So what you need to do is you need to understand your abilities, your limits, yes, and your motivation as well. Because unless and until you yourself feel like becoming a doctor, you will never become a doctor. So you need to have that motivation, that urge to be a doctor or anything else. Yes? What is your profession? What do you do for a living?
Builder.
You're a builder. So you see, you worked hard for that, right?
Yeah.
You didn't learn that since you were a baby. You had to learn the trade of building whatever you're building. Do you see what I mean?
Yeah.
In order for you to understand that, so if somebody else comes and tells you, I cannot be a builder, what are you going to tell him?
Listen,
No, what will you tell him? Answer the question. If somebody comes to you, because you already know about your profession, yes?
Yeah.
If somebody approaches you, for example, your son, and he says, Dad, I cannot be a builder, what are you going to tell him?
I can say nothing. You know, some people don't feel, they don't feel able to do that kind of
No,
work.
he didn't say, I don't want to be a builder. He says, I cannot be a builder.
Yeah.
What are you going to tell him?
He can,
You're going to tell him, try your best, my son. And if you cannot, then try another profession.
maybe he's thinking,
You see what I mean?
Maybe he's thinking to something much better.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm telling you. And that is called free will. Thank you very much.
Free will, but listen, I know what to
Yes. So I still haven't understood your position of calling God a dictator. I haven't been convinced based on your argument why you're calling God a dictator. When God has given you abilities as a human being, given you all the features of a man and human being, and the strength.
We have to make the difference between, because God created the universe, the planets, the tree, the animals, and us. But is the difference? I think is the difference between us as humans and all the other creatures, because God gave us free will. What you talk about? And that free will means we can have our own choice.
You can choose or reject what you want. Yeah.
Unfortunately, our own choice was God gave us so much full freedom. Yeah, give us full freedom. That means we can, even if you want, we can turn against him, and this is what he did.
Exactly my point.
This is full freedom.
So how is it dictator? You're agreeing with my point.
Let me finish.
Yeah, go on.
You're rushing to. Let me finish. I'm talking about the other creature. For example, a dog.
Yeah.
He's a dog. Always he'll become as a dog, because God, the creator, he put in his instinct of surviving to be a god, a dog. Yeah. If you have a dog, he'll barking, he's biting, eating, shitting. Is that what the dog does?
Yeah.
Or most of them they behave the same way. Instead, we humans, because we got free will, we can have.
Are you saying a dog doesn't have a free will?
No.
Really?
Yeah.
So can a dog eat when it wants and stop when it wants, or it can't?
No, dog, he always behave as a dog.
Answer my question. Can a dog stop eating when it wants, and can it eat when it wants?
Yes.
So how is that not free will?
It's not free will because you don't make it consciously as we do it.
Of course I do it consciously.
No.
If a dog feels hungry, it eats.
How do
Oh my God.
How do you know you're hungry?
How do I know? My
You are
stomach
hungry.
tells me I'm hungry.
Yeah, you see.
How does a dog know when to eat?
Your stomach is telling.
Thank you. So what's the difference?
This is the idea.
My friend, listen.
Someone is telling
Listen. When I said free will, yes, you need to distinguish between intellect and free will. They're two different things. A dog survives and animals survive by instinct mostly. Yes, wait a minute. That doesn't mean they don't have free will. So if a lion sees a zebra, yes, does it have the choice to attack and eat it or let it go? Does it have that choice?
The free will is not about that.
No, that is a free will, of course. If the lion was unable to even catch its prey, yes, by its own desire, then you can say yes, it doesn't have free will. But in a jungle, a lion can either let the zebra go, or it can kill it and eat it.
Eating, feeding itself is part of his life as a lion.
But did it
as an
decide?
animal.
Did the lion decide to kill it and eat it? Who made the decision, you or the lion?
Maybe his stomach. He makes the decision.
But at the end of the day, it was the lion who made the decision. Even if the stomach belongs to the lion. Thank you. So who made the decision, you or the lion?
You don't get it.
I think you need to understand the difference between intellect and free will.
No, this is the
Are you saying animals don't have free will? Seriously?
no, they don't.
So how do the animals live then?
As long-
Wait, how do the animals live?
By instinct.
By instinct.
Yes.
So what is instinct got to do with its ability to let a zebra go? And wait, the instinct of the animal is to eat. Yes, the instinct is telling it to eat. But then the instinct also tells it to stop.
Listen.
It's still a free will at the end of the day.
If a pride of lion, if a pride of lion, they kill a buffalo. They kill a buffalo, eat it. Their belly, their stomach, they're full. All the zebra can go 1 meter away from them. They don't care because their stomach is full.
Exactly, which is
But it's
wait.
by instinct, by
What, you know what that
instinct.
means? What that means? It made a choice not to eat because it's full. Just like a human being, when you're full, can you eat more? Even if I give you the most expensive dish, when you're full, you know, You cannot eat it.
Yeah, but you put it in a bag in the fridge, keep it for the
Oh
later.
my God. You know, a leopard does the same thing. It takes its prey. If it's filled itself, what it does, it puts it on a tree for eating it later, or it hides it sometimes. So just like a human being would hide it or put it away in the fridge, the animals also do this. So don't give me that thing.
They do what their instinct.
Of course, they have instinct and we have intellect. I've already told you that.
Why not a lion? They have exact as because they are.
I never said. Look, I never said animals behave like us all the time. Look, we can create a civilization. We can have libraries. We can have laboratories. We can have books. Yes, the animals don't do that. For them, it's basically survival. Yes, so when a bird goes out, it doesn't care which book it's going to read. It cares about what food he's going to put in the mouth of his chicks. So this is instinct. All they do is basically survival of the fittest, and they live to fill their stomach basically. But a human being, you can just order your meal over the phone and it'll come to your door. The animal doesn't have that. So there's a difference between animals and human beings, obviously. But whether the animals have free will, of course they have free will. Yes? What do you think, Hamza? Do the animals have free will?
I think they act on instinct.
Yeah, they do. But do they have the free will in order? For example, look, if a zebra decided, sorry, not a zebra, if a leopard or a tiger, yes, even though if it's hungry, decides not to eat a particular animal, would you call that a free will?
If it's hungry.
Yes, if it's hungry, I
But you
specifically.
have an example of a hungry lion
Yes,
not attacking.
not attacking. For example, it might.
I think it might take things into account.
Maybe something wrong.
That's what I'm saying. You see, so it has the ability to choose
That's
to
part-
do certain
no,
things.
That's part of his instinct. No, that's different.
Did
That's
not
different.
Allah say he's gonna even hold the animals to account for any injustice that they did to each other? Say for instance the horned goat attacking the one that's not horned.
It does it by willingly. That's the thing. A free will means willingly. You do it with conscious willingness, yes, and you make a decision. I don't know why. He's trying to say God is. The point he's trying to say is that God is a dictator, and I'm trying to ask him why.
Hello, darkness, my old friend.
Assalamu alaikum guys, you're joining me here today in, need to get this right, Norway. As you can see behind me, there's absolutely no indication that I'm in Norway. I could just be in my backyard filming this, but I'm not. This is actually Norway. And mashallah, I'm here, the brothers have been looking after me, it's brilliant. But it's very sad that I've been told that we don't have Muslim schools here, we don't have a Dawah center, we don't have many facilities for the Muslims of this beautiful country. Yes, it is a beautiful country, but it needs to be beautified more with the deen of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. The Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, whoever builds a mosque for the sake of Allah, Allah will build for him a house in paradise. And this is where you guys come in. Yeah, you guys, if you don't mind, support these brothers and what they're doing, and inshallah whatever is established here, because they are many years behind countries like the UK, and mashallah countries like the UK, the Muslims, alhamdulillah, they're flourishing. If you guys invest here in Norway, then inshallah in the future, wherever it goes, wherever, you guys will get the reward. So inshallah, let's make it happen guys. Enough talk. Assalamu alaikum.